My name is Randy, this is Mark, and we're going to discuss a little bit about how to carve a turkey. Since every year we get stuck with carving the turkey here at the office, we decided to make a little instructional video so that A, we can educate, and 2, that we can delegate this task to somebody else next year, because obviously cutting this hot thing is pretty dangerous in of itself. And Mark is going to go over a little bit about the proper procedures, how to tackle this, how not to burn yourself, how not to cut your assistant, which is probably should have been the first thing that's most important, and a couple little other tips on making carving a turkey a little bit easier this year and more efficient so that people don't yell at you.
And pleasurable.
And you're up.
So first of all, thank you, Randy. One of the most important things is we keep, good hygiene. We try to put some gloves on. Tools are very important. So we have this 9-inch carving knife to help us today, and we like to go from the outside in, so we're going to work on the legs and the thigh first and then work our way towards the breast. It makes it a lot easier. And since we're surgeons, one of the things that we've learned is there's a technique called traction and counter traction. So assistant can always help you perform some traction. It makes it much easier. So we're going to go between the leg and the breast, and we're going to just pull gently there and use our knife to just find that where that you can see it's still
steaming hot. We let this rest for about 5 seconds after pulling it out of the fryer because we have a lot of hungry people here.
There you go, pretty easy to take off the leg and thigh, and then just do the same thing on the other side. A little bit of traction. He's holding steady. You see the separation. Look at that. This one came right off. Partly due to our knife. So, and that's all you gotta do to take the leg and thigh off. So let's put the breast aside for a second, and let's work on this. So this is your leg and your thigh, and right in the middle, you'll be able to separate the thigh from the leg. Cut right through that bone if you got to. Otherwise, if you can work your way around it, it's easy enough.
Perfect.
There you go. You want to take off as much of that bone as you can. There you go.
This one's a little crispier than last year. There you go. Nicely done.
Alright, so here's your leg. Most people just leave the leg. You've taken out the thigh bone, which you can give to the dog. And then we'll cut this up. You always want to go against the grain, so try to keep the skin.
There you go.
I always use the fork for this because it is a little hot.
Probably just slice back and forth if you can.
Being so crispy, it's a little
bit more desirable to have it crispy, at least for this crew. It's a very Cajun-oriented crew. They like it crispy and spicy.
Okay. Well,
but that would be nice for our bite-sized pieces, and we'll set that aside.
All right, so do the same thing on this side. I want to just separate that thigh from the leg. This one came out real easy. And here's a nice baby one, huh? Not too big. You want to take out the thigh bone as best as you can. This one came out pretty easy. There you go.
Obviously, it's going to be a little bit easier to do when it's a little cooler. But again, we're trying to get this crispy turkey out to the crowd while it's still hot and crispy, and avoid having it steam and get all soggy, which nobody really likes when it comes to fried turkey.
Keep those fingers turned in. So if you're having trouble cutting the turkey with the skin on, take the skin off. You can always put it back. No one's gonna know. Whenever possible, use your tools. It just makes it a little bit harder to cut. There you go. It's all all the dark meat right there. You could always put a little bit of
Fantastic.
crispy skin that Tabitha will talk a little bit about later about that, being that she's our registered dietitian. Now you're left with the wings and the bone. Some people like to leave the wings on for stability. If you got someone assisting you, you really don't need it, but if those are easy, they come right off. Thank you. One wing there. And then you can take the other wing off pretty easily as well. Pretty easy. So there you go, 2 wings. And now all we're left with is the breast. So
Fantastic.
it's a little unstable. So
Now I know you like to cut it right off the bone. You want to demonstrate that?
You can slice it too.
Well, why don't we cut it the way you like it on one side, and then we'll do the traditional slicing on it.
Want to try
on the other side? Go right ahead. Go ahead. You do.
You do the slicing part, and
Okay.
I'll do the off the bone.
All right.
So it's always like, I think it's a little bit easier to take the whole breast, as much of the breast off in one fell swoop. There you go.
That's perfect.
Okay, you want to try that?
All right. On this one,
This is the ooh-ah factor.
what I like doing is to, obviously, if you can imagine, the rest of the turkey's still there, but usually slicing it off like this is nice for the crowd. It's nice for a little photo opportunity, especially when you're at the table, and you can slice it off as like so. Usually the first 2 or 3 pieces don't make it very far from the table. Usually somebody close by who grabs them. But if you do it like so, you can get some larger pieces and keep the crowd happy. Like so. And again, this is very, very hot. Obviously we like letting these, probably the proper thing to do is let them rest for a few moments so that you don't lose so much of the juice. But to be quite honest, we have a lot of hungry people outside that want to get this done ASAP, and they want their turkey hot. So this is not going to last very long once this video is done. And that is it. Again, a much more elegant presentation is by Mark, who's going to slice it up into little bits on his side, and I'll pass it over.
I like to just cut it against the grain. So, you know, thin slice, thick slice, home slice, whatever kind of slices you like. Some people like it thick, thin.
And that's a very nice presentation there.
As long as you don't lose it on the floor.
Or lose a finger.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I don't feel like doing any surgery today. That, my friends, is
Very nicely done. And
how we carve a turkey. So,
happy Thanksgiving from all of us. And for the person who's doing this next year, make sure you watch this video over and over again, because this is exactly how we expect it to be done, and everybody will be super happy. Happy Thanksgiving from Mark, from me, and from all of us here
at Hand Surgery Specialist of Texas. Yeehaw!